Good evening. Happening right now, the search for a parole fugitive who police say may be armed. Thomas Burnham walked away from a treatment center nearly 2 weeks ago, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. Police say last night, when officers tried to pull him over in a stolen car, he rammed the squad car and then took off. Authorities say since Burnham's escape, he's stolen at least 4 cars. One had a gun in it that is now missing. Deanie?
Burnham's escape is raising more questions about the halfway house. It's the same one 2 other dangerous parolees also walked away from. One of them killed police officer Doug Barney. Our team coverage starts with new specialist Sandra on some changes being made there right now. Sandra?
Deanie, authorities tonight saying they don't want to point fingers. They want to work on solutions together. Corrections officials tell us that there was a shakedown at that halfway house this weekend. The Salt Lake County Sheriff says he's taking action too.
This has got to stop.
On the phone from Washington, Salt Lake County Sheriff Jim Winder made it clear.
We can no longer have individuals walking away from that center and not treated as the public safety risk that it is.
Winder announced he's working with the Department of Corrections and other police agencies on a task force with one goal.
People will not be walking away from Fortitude without someone on their tail.
The latest escapee, Thomas Burnham, who was posting on Facebook while on the run. Last week, he shared the obituary for Corey Henderson, who walked away from the same treatment center only to shoot and kill Unified Police Officer Doug Barney. In September, another man, Richard Berger, also walked away from Fortitude. Police shot him as he attacked 2 sisters in their home.
When we're seeing people getting out and going after law enforcement officers and our citizens, that's not acceptable to us.
The Department of Corrections says last weekend, more than 100 officers did a full-scale search of the treatment center.
We took about 12 offenders back to prison that either tested positive for drugs or that were non-compliant during our search of the facility.
Other steps include a hold on all new probation or parole violator placements until further notice, and a review of those currently in centers. Corrections officials say you can't lock the place up because there are offenders who are trying to change their lives.
It's this tough balance that we have of trying to maintain, trying to get them help, trying to get them their opportunities in the community, and also maintaining public safety. It's a very difficult job.
The Department of Corrections tells us that on average, 5 people walk away from this halfway house every week. But of course, we don't hear about most of them. All treatment centers under the DOC now under review. Back to you.
Hopefully this will bring some problems to light. Sandra, thank you. We turn now to new specialist Nicole Vowell, who's been investigating many different areas of Utah's criminal justice system. Nicole, the issue of runaways from treatment centers is just one of many problems.
Deanie, I've actually been looking into this for a couple of weeks now, and I got the numbers from the Utah Department of Corrections. Here's the breakdown. There are roughly 3,740 parolees being supervised by adult probation and parole, and just over 350 parole agents and supervisors who handle all those cases. 263 parolees have active warrants out for their arrest. 175 of them have active fugitive warrants for absconding, meaning they walked away from a treatment center or didn't show up when the court ordered them to. But 2 big questions remain unanswered. Why are known violent criminals being released on parole? We've seen 3 examples in the last 5 months of what can happen, a concern for public and police safety. The other question, when parolees do walk away, up until now, who has been out actively searching for them? Well, I found out from the Department of Corrections today, there are only 2 full-time officers that gather intelligence from behind a computer. About 30 officers that do a fugitive sweep once every 3 months. The department does have a law enforcement bureau. I was told they do search for fugitives once a month. And up until today, as you just heard from Sandra Yee's report there really has been no full-time team out looking for parole fugitives. Many people are wondering what took so long. Deanie, I'm learning more about even more cases of violent parole fugitives slipping through the system, sounding the alarm for public safety. I'll have much more on that tonight at 10.
Yeah, these cases are raising good questions. Nicole, thanks. Dave?